Now, you may be saying by yourself, what do you mean? Why do you hate this movie if you never seen? Well, I tell you why. Because of the fucking tickets. Now, tickets entry for this movie wasn't bad. Like, there was still seats available, but the issue was how many people was going to bring. We was going to bring my friend, and I was going to bring my mom. I was going to bring my sister, her husband, and their 4 kids, and then she's going to bring the Dicker kids and Gabby, my niece, and we were all going to go together. But the issue was that we couldn't go on Friday because Friday was just going to be me to see my friend and my mom. That was going to be us on that Friday. But I did something that got me in trouble, and then we couldn't go that day. Okay, fine. That was my mistake. But then Saturday hit. We was all busy, and we got a lot more people. We got Danielle, my sister, and her family, and we had to bring in the Digger kids and Gabby. And I was fine with that. But the issue was that many people kept saying, actually, we cannot come. Like, Sadie said she couldn't go Saturday. Danielle said on Sunday she had to go to someplace else. We didn't want to deal with the daycare kid. It kept going on like until Sadie talking me about. Actually, I am free today. But it kind of got my mom and my nerves the fact that how much particularity we had to do. We had to find. See, that was it way in the back. We had to find a place that was not going to be too late. We had to find but it got to a point where I am just so tired. And my mom was like, no, we no. And I said no. I'm not going to see them. My mom doesn't want to go see this movie, and I don't want to go. My friend. I don't even sure I want to see the movie. Well, like, maybe I would just out of curiosity and so I can understand gaming magic for the TV. I may go tomorrow. Maybe. Nah. But I am just so over it and so done with it. It's just so fucking tiresome. And the movies are interesting. Like, I have seen this, and most people have been saying this, the fact that Toy Story should have ended at 3 and 4. While not really the worst thing I ever seen, it's still just so bad and still not worth my time. And when I am going to see this, I am just so convinced that this is going to be the exact story I know from the advertising and sorry. So here's my non-review of Toy Story. Doug walks over. He did Transformers the last night. So we are going to open up because this was confirmed at D23. Where the evil Buzzsaw may get Crusher long to see. Then go home. Or before that, they see a store and they go like, "Store, come here. A store, come here. I wonder if we would store, come here." And we get that, and then afterwards we go to Jessie's house. Oh, and we learn that she's getting so low. Then until out from the sky a package came with lily pad, and then she checked out the whole thing. And not to mention that Jessie is apparently have a hard time making friends, even though in the special thing. But I am convinced that they're gonna show her 1, maybe 2 scenes with the kids, the Jordans from the advertisement, and Bonnie is gonna. But no, I can't talk to them because they have devices and they don't want to play toys. And then after play toy, they call Woody, even though they have no way to translate. Maybe they will show to see how they got it, but I would not be surprised if they just not explain to us. That's because we don't want to explain anything to you. Explain anything to you. You just accept the fact they just have walkie-talkies, even though we did not have last week. They are saving toys, and would mention how much they are losing to the technology each and every day. Until a call for them to help get rid of or talk some sense into Lily Pad, and Lily Pad had get mad at them for doing that, so they tried to sell Bonnie to a kid named Blaze and try to sell the other toys to other places by using technology and by being completely brain dead and while the movie doesn't understand general internet humor and kids on iPad. And we get seeing what Bonnie is sad about being her lily pad and want to play with toys, but see other kids being the toy. He complain about how kids be on technology, taking playtime, and Jesse get taken away to a Blaze, and then we get some few fun scenes of riding horses or general barn stuff, and then we have so actually maybe we would be better here. And Jesse's like, no, we have to go back to get to be with Bonnie, and then along the way the toilet paper world and the other technologies, even though they are toys, not tablet, I guess heck technology, but by that logic, but Lightyear should be on the team because even though it's not screen technology, it's still technology with the buttons and other stuff. But whatever. Point. But whatever. A point. They're gonna fight for a bit until they realize either the old way Laypad is doing it wrong or way Laypad is not actually as bad. Because in the trailer we see them on my Laypad. Like, sure, maybe they hack into something and find something interesting. Just seeing. But then, and after riding into the sunsets with horses, the bus office show up for gags and whatever, done to maybe save the day at the end for some motivated evil plan as to help to get rid of all the toys. He's in it. But then, at the moment, we either throw Lilliput in the toilet or we have a scene where, actually, all we needed was a screen time and oh look, toys are actually all important. Everybody live happy after. And then the movie will end, Bonnie, and play once again. And then either both people really would stay here in Bonnie or just go back to their life. Or go back to the life they usually live. So, I definitely I'm not gonna act like this is the most accurate, and Toy Story is not as predictable as Transformers, as the Michael Bay Transformers, and I definitely may miss some details I saw in the trailer. But that is my guess, my overall guess of what this movie is gonna be. It's kind of crazy how much I get mad over this movie for a movie that I don't think it's gonna be bad. At best, I think it's gonna be mediocre. Like, maybe slightly. Because I either predicting this movie is going to be 4, 5, or 6. That is my prediction. I'd be shocked if get something bad or good from this movie. That is going to be like that was slightly bad or slightly good than I expected. That is my prediction. And once again, I may or may not see this movie on Monday or Tuesday. He was by myself because I am tired. It's really cool. But I think this is the last movie that I'm gonna worry about anybody else. Like, my mom, I feel like this is too, like, maybe my mom will go see the other movies I wanna watch. But honestly, I would not blame her if she didn't want to go see a movie with anybody again. Because after this, I am just really going, because guess what, you're never gonna get that Michael Jackson with you ever again. You're not gonna get Ensemble Cast ever. Okay, is this going to be me or just my mom? It's going to be me and just my mom or just me? Because we know that causes too much of a headache and so don't ask anymore. Just fuck this movie.